Hello, I'm Mad Sal, and I opened my YouTube app to discover that 10,000 of you decided to subscribe to me. Thank you kindly. So I thought with this revelation, it might be a good time for me to start building up my channel. And this is what I've decided to do. I've decided that I'm going to take you guys through ideation all the way to completion of one of my videos, my TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Reels. In this series, I'm going to be completely transparent with how much money I've earned, any strategies that I use, and how much time it takes me to edit these videos. I'll show you how I post and how I track analytics. We'll see how my account grows, and maybe you'll learn a little something for your own channels, or maybe you can learn how to Photoshop better. Let's get started on today's idea. This idea I had came to me during Christmas Mass for some reason. The priest was talking about how far would you go for love. Well, my online crazy girl persona would go very far for love. She does absolute insane things. So basically what I'll be saying in this video is, before I go on a first date with a guy, I want to make sure that we look cute together and that our families might look good together. So every single time I take a screenshot of his profile, and then I Photoshop our wedding pictures just to make sure that we are compatible as a couple and look cute together. I think that'd be pretty funny. Step one is finding some dating profile pictures of men in stock photography, because I do feel a little creepy using a man's actual dating profile. So this is kind of a complicated video because I'm going to be creating a fake dating profile of a guy before I even get started on the actual premise of it. So let's do that. And here we are. Welcome to my studio / office. And this is where the Photoshop stage begins. The very first thing that I need to do is create a Bumble profile of the subject of my video, because I would actually feel creepy doing this to somebody on the internet. So I'm gonna find a stock photo of some hot guy. I like using Adobe Stock. They have a free section that has a lot of good options. A lot of these look too high quality to be on someone's dating profile. These are a little better. This guy looks realistic enough that he's not like, ooh, this model that I would never match with. This is totally a picture that a guy would have on his profile. He'd be like, I coach for my nephew's soccer team. Perfect. Now that I have my man's Bumble profile, I want to take a picture of myself that has a similar enough angle and lighting to give myself a little less work in the Photoshop stage. I think I can just do it honestly from here. I have two lights on this side. We'll just turn one off and make one a brighter white. That works. Okay, that's enough. Here's my vision for this video. Screenshot of his profile, transition to the Adobe interface where I edit out all of the Bumble elements, and then I will drag my image onto his image, adjust the color so it looks like I'm there, give myself a body, then give him a suit, give me a wedding dress, add flowers, maybe a ring bearer or like a puppy, and a priest. That would be funny. Okay, let's start with removing his name and everything. I think get rid of the clipboard, give him a suit, and then I'll add me. That looks good, but it's too small for his body. His neck is so long now. Yeah, that looks really good actually. Okay, all right, now this is when the magic happens. Let's add me. This is so funny. Ready? And here she comes. Beautiful. Adjust size. Harmonization is an amazing filter in neural filters. Oftentimes it works, oftentimes it doesn't, but right now I just select the layer that I want and it's going to adjust the colors so it matches a little better. I'm gonna stop explaining and just follow along and you'll see what I'm doing. So with each of my TikToks, The most important thing is, in order to get paid, I need to make the videos 1 minute long. So my hope is always to have enough people hooked in the first 2 or 3 seconds that they want to stay at least until like 30, 40 seconds. I need enough interesting things happening in the video in order to keep people there and keep people engaged and wanting to see it. With the pictures that I Photoshop, there's a lot of nitty-gritty details that just like take forever. I want my pictures to look as realistic as possible, so I spend a ton of time working on these very obscure details that a lot of people might not notice or care about, but I notice it, so it's important to me. Making sure my Bumble match and I would look good together before I agree to a date. I think that's it. I can't wait for people to call me a psycho. It really brings a lot of joy to my life when people call me a psycho on the internet. I just love it. Okay, I think that this is good enough for today. That was a very long edit. I think it turned out cute. I think it turned out funny. I think that this video edit is going to be very difficult because I spent so much time on this. At the beginning of this, my intention was to show you the entire process, but since this was such a difficult photo edit, I think I'm gonna skip over the video editing part just so I don't drag this out longer than it needs to be. But if you have video editing questions, let me know. So let's get to posting. Get ready to see every version of the TikTok that I posted. I'll explain to you the changes that I made and why I made them. Here's the thing about TikTok. It had been so good for me for so long. I was like raking in the views on there. But since most of my videos have not been performing too well, I've been just taking them down and reposting in hopes that maybe something will change. But all I know is the algorithm is finicky, and if you don't go viral within the first 15, 20 minutes, TikTok will stop pushing out your video. And I believe that is what ended up happening with this video. Here's the first version of the TikTok that I posted. Okay, so this is how I decide whether or not to go on a date with someone from Bumble. I start with a screenshot of his profile, open that up in Photoshop, get rid of that Bumble stuff. Then I'll dress him in something classy, make sure he looks good in a suit and tie before adding a photo of me and also dressing myself in something classy. I know this sounds crazy. Trust the process. I have a reason. We really want to get the full picture here, so make sure every detail is amazing. Make sure your hair looks good. Make sure your manicure looks good. Make sure all your jewelry, accessories are shiny and beautiful. You want to be your best self in this imaginary image that you're creating. And the reason why we're doing this is, like it or not, a first date is a really big commitment. I mean, it's an hour out of my night. I also have to spend a lot of time doing my hair, doing my makeup, picking out an outfit, driving to and from the place. Like, I don't want to go into all of that without knowing if I'm at least going to look cute with the guy. Like, we want to be a cute couple. And I've determined we do look cute together, so I'm swiping right and we matched. Ugh, imagine if I did all that work and we didn't match. But seriously, girls, be careful. There are catfishes out there and you don't want to go on a date with a weirdo. My thought process behind this is I see a lot of dating coaches on these apps, and that's embarrassing for my algorithm, but that's what I see. Usually they are speaking right to camera. Maybe they have a green screen. They're explaining to you thoughts and theories behind using dating apps. This was kind of my persona I was trying to embody. Whenever I post a TikTok, I like to take stats, and I am not a slave to these analytics. I basically just, anytime I open my phone or feel the urge to check on my TikTok, that's when I will log views, likes, comments, and saves. Here are my statistics. They're kind of all over the place, but they're just for me. So if they're not organized enough for you, move on with your life, because these are my videos. I have a pretty good understanding of when something is going to do well, and usually if it's going viral, the video will take off in views in the first half hour. My last video that went very viral was on my second account. I'm not Mad Sal. You can follow that if you want. I just throw up random stuff on there. But this video of me singing to my niece as Sabrina Carpenter, got like 200 likes in the first 5 minutes. So that's when you know TikTok sees the engagement that happens when they first push out your video. And if people are immediately liking it, they're going to push out your video like wildfire. If people don't like it within the first few seconds, I don't think that they even care to show it to anybody. So it just like fades away from the whole ecosystem. Rarely will I have a video not do well in the first hour and then do very well over time. So I just keep that in mind. No, none of this really matters anyways, because TikTok might go away, but listen if you want to learn. So then I re-edited the video, and this is what I posted next.
How I decide if my Bumble match is worth dating. Okay, we look cute together.
This version is more in the format that I typically post my videos. I like to use that like scary voice and text up top, and then just hyperspeed time lapse of my Photoshop to music. This did slightly better than the green screen video. So I kept that up for about a day. Still didn't really get past 1,500 views. I still noticed that that did better than my green screen video. So that is the version that I posted on Instagram, and it immediately started doing well on Instagram. I think within the first hour, it had like 11,000 views. So that's pretty fast. It's been one day since I posted it on Instagram, and let's see where the views are at. 552,000 views on Instagram, and that is good performance. So since it's doing amazing on Instagram, in only a day it has 500,000 views, I know this is a good video. As soon as I saw within that first hour that it's doing well on Instagram, I know it's a good video. So I thought maybe I just need to get to the point slightly faster on TikTok. So I edited it one more time. Here's that version.
How I decide if my Bumble match is worth dating.
For this one, I started it slightly sooner. I added the wedding march because I thought that would be funny. And I thought maybe people wouldn't really notice that it's the wedding march until around the time where like me and the dude are in our wedding outfits. Still didn't do great on TikTok. Let's see where it sits now. It is at 1,600 views. That's not very good. And that is not going to make us money. So on TikTok, this one was a flop because it didn't make me any money. And that's all I'm going for is money and viral views. If you want to learn more about the TikTok Creator Fund, comment below and I'll make a whole dedicated video about it because it's quite complicated. It's not that complicated. Even you could learn about it. So even though this flopped on TikTok, I have an idea for my next video that I think has viral potential. That will be my next YouTube video. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see when that video goes up. Now, let's see how it did on YouTube. 1.1 thousand views. I kind of find on YouTube Shorts, it usually amounts to a certain amount of views and then stays there and never changes. So in the end, marrying my Bumble match flopped on TikTok, is killing on Instagram, and did okay on YouTube. I'm very excited about how well this is doing on Instagram because Instagram is the place to grow right now, seeing as TikTok is kind of left in a limbo for the next few months. Instagram is where I want my audience. YouTube, I also would love to grow because I would like to get monetized on there. I'm excited to see how well it continues to perform on Instagram. I have a feeling that this is going to get over 1 million views. Go check it out and see for yourself if I did. There were so many people commenting on the reel, like, I wish you had sent it to him. What did he say? Like, when are you going to send him the picture? So I obviously can't do that because this is a stock photo guy, but I'm thinking maybe I should do it. So for my next video, I'm going to actually Photoshop myself into my Bumble matches photos and send it to them as my opening line and see what they say. We'll see. I'm a little scared because I typically don't use real people for these videos unless I know them. I think I'm going to use real people for my next one because I think it'd be funny to see what my Bumble matches say. And if it does really well, that has very good series potential. I'm a little nervous because that's creepy and weird for real. And I'm usually being creepy and weird for pretend. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see that whole video process as well, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. And if you didn't like this video and don't want to watch that, make sure to comment below. Give me some advice. What would you rather see? And yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited to be a part of the YouTube community. Again, like I said, if you have any questions on all this social media mumbo jumbo, let me know. I'm here to answer. And I'll see you next time.